One of the UK's great railway oddities can be found in the West Midlands, more specifically, the town of Stourbridge. Said oddity is the Stourbridge Town Branch line, which runs for just 1.3 kilometres, or 0.8 miles, from Stourbridge Junction to Stourbridge Town. The line first opened in 1879, and as far as I know, it is the UK's shortest branch line. Adding to the unusual nature of this line is its motive power, the Class 139 Parry People Mover. Two of these bizarre little railcars were built in 2008, and they've been in service on the Stourbridge Town Branch since 2009. The 139s are equipped with a small LPG-powered engine and a flywheel, with the latter capturing energy from braking and reusing that energy for acceleration. This arrangement results in lower emissions than a conventional diesel railcar. I was able to visit the Stourbridge Town Branch on the 18th and 19th of April. Services on this line are very frequent, running every 10 minutes in each direction, although this does result in very short layovers at each station. Down at Stourbridge Junction, the Class 139 connects with Class 172 Turbostar DMUs on the Birmingham to Worcester run. There's also a limited service from London Marylebone to Stourbridge Junction, operated by Chiltern Railways with Class 68 diesel locomotives and Mark III coaches. I initially got to Stourbridge Junction aboard a Class 172, which I joined at Kidderminster after a day out at the Severn Valley Railway. The 172s are interesting units, as they have automatic mechanical transmission instead of the more common hydraulic transmission. As the train pulls away, you can clearly hear the engines revving down and back up again as they change gear. But one thing I don't like about these units is the weirdly shaped seats. The mainline services through Stourbridge Junction are not as frequent as the Class 139's shuttle, but even then, you're still likely to record scenes like this when you're at the station. Now it was finally time to go for a ride aboard the Class 139, whose interior is reminiscent of a bus. A journey along this branch only takes around 3 minutes to complete, which explains why it's possible to run such a frequent service. Our accommodation for the night was at a nearby Premier Inn, so I left it until the next morning to ride back down to the junction. The current Stourbridge Town Station opened in 1979, when the branch was cut back by about 65 metres to make way for the bus station. Not far away from the station, you can find this statue that honours the town's long history of glassmaking. There's also this sign talking about an early steam locomotive named Stourbridge Lion, whose sister, Aganoria, is on display at the National Railway Museum in York. Once again, 139001 was in charge of the day's shuttles, while 139002 would have been parked in the shed back at the junction.
there on the down it. And the children branch, they've all got it, but they work till 6 o'clock.
And that's just about the end of my coverage of the dinky little Class 139 and Stourbridge Town Branch. Before heading off to our next port of call, which turned out to be the Barrow Hill Roundhouse, there was time to get one more shot of 139001 heading up the branch to Stourbridge Town.